Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a little review of the Tactical Solutions TSG-22 conversion kit for a Glock 19 size frame. Now I've had this kit for a few months now. You'll see that I got the one with the threaded barrel. I actually got mine off Optics Planet. The threaded barrel option adds a little bit of cost, but I've got a rugged Obsidian 9 silencer coming. It's in NFA jail at the moment, but I should have it within a few months. So this is one of the firearms that I intend to suppress with that when I get it. As far as the kit goes itself, we'll break it down and let you take a look inside. Like I said, this is a Glock 19 size frame. It's actually for a Glock 32. So it has the 40 /357 SIG internals, but it'll work with 9 or 40 internals, it doesn't matter. Starting off, there's a captured guide rod and spring. That's nice. You don't have to worry about springs flying all over the place. I have a Walther P22 that doesn't share that luxury, and it's kind of a pain to put back together. Back to the slide. I should mention it's an all steel slide, so the weight is good. It feels a lot like your standard 9mm or 40 handgun as far as weight goes. It fits the same holsters as a regular Glock 19 would. So it's nice in that regard that you don't have to buy a new holster. The trigger maintains the same feel. A lot of good things about it. So back up top here, we've got a where the front of the recoil spring is captured. This piece actually comes out. And then as far as the barrel goes, if I can figure out how to get it out, I got a O-ring on there that's kind of holding it up, but anyway, you can see this is the barrel. Now it's pretty dirty. I don't clean it very often. I don't actually remember the last time I cleaned it, but you can see inside the slide there. Anyway, it comes with a standard set of Glock plastic sights. You can see that I just marked out the rear outline with a Sharpie. On my Glocks, I generally like to have a black rear sight and then either a night sight up front or something with something to make it pop a little bit. I usually don't run fiber optics, not that I have a problem with it. I just usually run the Ameriglow night sight up front. That's one of the things I actually enjoy about Glocks and Glock-ish pistols like this, is that I don't have to have a sight pusher to change sights. I can just take the front sight out, put a new one in, and honestly, I just beat the rear out with a hammer and a punch, and I beat the new one in with a hammer, and they don't seem to mind. So that's the reason I don't go fiber optic in the rear, honestly, is because I don't want to break those tritium vials, and I don't really like 3 dots anyway. I prefer 1 dot up front and a black outline. So anyway, I'm rambling, but the as far as performance with this kit, I've had decent luck. It's ammo sensitive in my experience. Mine personally runs best with the Federal ammunition. I run bulk pack. I think I bought this kit, and I think most people buy these kits as a cheap training aid. So I'm not going to go out and buy expensive CCI Stinger or anything like that. I'm going to run the cheap bulk pack. So of the cheap bulk pack stuff, I've had the best luck with Federal and Arms Corps. I've had poor luck with Winchester. Winchester's hollow points in their 22 usually are a little bit wider, a little more square at the front. And in this pistol, those tend to hang up on the feed ramp. And apart from that, I have a weird malfunction that happens with Winchesters is where, I'm gonna grab a mag here. When you're shooting the gun, you'll have a round just pop out of the top. And most of the time it will either load the next one and that one just goes flying on the ground, or it'll jam the next one into the feed lips, and then you've got one on the ground and one stuck at the feed lips. Or sometimes it'll just stick that round straight up in the air and slam the slide forward on it. With Federal, I usually don't have that problem. Federal seems to run pretty good. One other thing I'll mention, in order to take this gun down, you have to dry fire it. Now that might bother some people being a 22, but honestly, I've never noticed even the firing pin hitting the breech face. I don't believe it travels that far. So I don't worry about it. Just to take it apart, I dry fire it. If that causes some damage, I guess I'll fix it. But if it bothers you, you can put an empty shell casing in there and dry fire it that way. But like I said, Winchester doesn't run that great. Federal seems to do better. One weird thing about these is the magazine sticks out of the frame in a weird way. You might think, well, it's a Glock 19, it's a Glock 17 size magazine. Well, that's not really the case. In a Glock 17, it still sticks out a little bit. So I don't know why they chose to make them this way, but they did. You'll also notice on my magazines, it says 15 rounds, but they're all 10 rounds. It's my understanding they used to make a magazine that fit the Glock 19 size frame, and those were 10 rounds. The Glock 17 size magazines, because they do make these kits for Glock 17s, originally held 15 rounds, but they just quit making those altogether. Now they make this size mag that holds 10 rounds. Mine, you can actually get 11 in there, and they run fine that way, but I bought 3. I wish they held more, but it is what it is. Anyway, like I said, trigger's the same, holster compatibility, mag pouch compatibility. The sights are nothing great, but I'm not going to change them out. Just being a 22, I'll just run them the way they are. I've had fairly decent luck. I'll post up a little range review of this same gun. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a quick overview of the pistol. Hopefully it will run suppressed. I don't know. A lot of guns, it helps them a little bit if you put a silencer on it. I don't know if this will be the same way. Being a fixed barrel 22, it might not run at all, but we'll see what happens when that happens. So anyway, guys, look for the shooting video to follow, and let me know in the comments if you guys have this kit. How do you like it? If it functions for you with bulk pack ammo, anything like that. Thanks.